Welcome to the Deep Dive. We unpack fascinating stories, pull out surprising bits of knowledge, and it's all custom-tailored just for you. Today, we're really getting into a classic tale. It proves that sometimes the biggest adventures, well, they start with the smallest clues.
And often with unexpected friendships, too.
Exactly. Our source material for this deep dive is The Mystery of the Silver Spider. It's a great account. Follows three young investigators from California.
Right, the three investigators.
And they find themselves caught up in this international plot. It's way bigger than anything they could have imagined.
And our mission today really is to explore how these boys navigate this really complex web of intrigue.
Yeah.
We'll follow them from like a chance encounter, a near accident, all the way to uncovering a conspiracy that could change a whole kingdom.
We'll be looking at how vital specific details are, right?
Absolutely. And unexpected allies, clever thinking.
Yeah.
It all plays a part in solving this mystery, and it has real geopolitical stakes, which is interesting.
Okay, so let's quickly introduce our main guys. First up, Jupiter Jones. He's the brains, the leader, always thinking ahead.
The first investigator, yeah, brilliant kid.
And then Pete Crenshaw. He's the tall, athletic one, kind of the muscle, but also brings that practical view.
Your second investigator.
Yeah.
Grounded.
And Bob Andrews the third. He's quieter, the researcher, keeps the records. But he turns out to be surprisingly brave when things get tough.
He really does. Researching records, but definitely pulls his weight in the action, too.
Their motto is simple. We investigate anything.
And boy, does this case test that motto.
It really does. Takes them from Rocky Beach, California, their home base, all the way over to Europe.
A big jump for them.
So the story kicks off with this pretty dramatic near miss. It's on a winding California road.
Right, their chauffeur, Worthington. Great character.
He is. He's driving their distinctive gold-plated Rolls-Royce.
Which they won the use of in an earlier contest, yeah.
And he almost collides with this sleek limousine.
But it's not just any limousine.
No, that's the thing. It belongs to Prince Djaro of Varania.
One of the world's 7 smallest countries. Tiny place, but important.
And what's immediately striking is Djaro himself, isn't it?
Totally. I mean, his entourage, Dugrossos, his guardian, they're all hot-headed, ready to blame Worthington.
Yeah, they jump out yelling.
But Djaro, who's just a boy, steps up, silences them, and personally apologizes for his driver's fault, even though, Worthington wasn't really to blame.
It's a small thing, but it says a lot about him right away.
It really does. Sets him apart. Makes you root for him instantly.
And then things get even stranger. Djaro, he feels kind of cooped up, right?
Yeah.
All the bodyguards, the formal stuff.
Yeah, isolated.
So he gives them this surprising invitation. He wants the boys, Jupiter, Pete, and Bob, to visit him in Varania.
For his coronation.
For his coronation, yeah. And maybe, just maybe, a side trip to Disneyland, too.
He actually calls them real friends, which is quite poignant.
It is. He says everyone else just butters them up. He wants something genuine.
But, this invitation, it seems like just a lonely kid reaching out.
But there's more to it.
Much more. Just days later, a U.S. government agent, this guy Burt Young, he approaches the boys.
And suddenly they're being asked to be junior agents.
Yeah, quite the promotion from investigating lost cats, huh?
Definitely.
Yep.
So what's the U.S. angle here?
Well, the U.S. wants Varania to stay neutral, like Switzerland. They're worried it could become a hub for spies or, criminal operations if things go sideways.
Okay.
And they suspect Duke Stefan, who's the regent, and his Supreme Council might be plotting against Djaro's coronation.
So the boys' mission.
Keep your eyes and ears open. Look for anything suspicious involving Stefan and the council.
But act like normal tourists.
Exactly. Blend in. Typical American tourists. And keep it absolutely secret. No telling anyone.
High stakes for 3 teenagers.
Absolutely.
So the boys arrive in Denzo, Varania's ancient capital. It's this small, historically rich place.
Old world charm, grape growing, textiles, tourism, picturesque.
But almost immediately, they bump into this cultural detail. Something about spiders.
Yes. The reverence for spiders in Varania. It's huge.
Where does that come from?
It goes way back to 1675. Prince Paul, their national hero, was hiding from rebels, and a spider spun a web across his hiding spot. The rebels saw the web, thought no one could be inside, and moved on. Saved his life.
Wow. Okay.
So the silver spider became the national symbol, the royal mascot, and crucially, no prince can be crowned without wearing it.
And spiders themselves are considered good luck.
Very good luck. Varanians won't harm them or disturb their webs. It's deeply ingrained.
And this comes up almost straight away when they meet Djaro in the palace.
It does. Bob sees a real spider web in their room, moves to brush it away, thinking it's just bad housekeeping. And Djaro stops him urgently, calls it a good omen, says it means they'll be able to help him.
And then the real reason they're there comes out.
Exactly. Right after that spider web moment, Djaro drops the bombshell. The silver spider of Varania has been stolen. An imitation, a fake, has been put in its place, and he suspects Duke Stefan is behind it.
So that cultural detail, the spider reverence, it immediately becomes central to the plot.
Instantly. It's not just folklore, it's the key to the whole conspiracy.
A stolen spider.
Yeah.
It's small, right? Like a coin.
Yeah, about the size of an American quarter, the book says. But it's described as Varania's crown jewels.
It's a symbol.
A massive symbol. Freedom, independence, good fortune. It's absolutely essential for Djaro to be crowned legitimately.
So why would Duke Stefan risk everything for this tiny object? It's not about the silver, is it?
No, not at all. It's about legitimacy, what the spider represents. If it's gone, especially if they can somehow implicate Djaro or make it look like he lost it.
It undermines his right to rule.
Completely. And Stefan, whose counsel is loyal only to him, can step in and seize power. It's a clever political move disguised as a simple theft.
Okay, so the boys are trying to figure this out, maybe do a bit of sightseeing in Denzo.
And they quickly realize they're being followed, watched.
Right. And their driver, Rudy, he turns out to be more than just a driver.
Yes, he reveals he's a minstrel.
Which sounds like a musician, but it's not.
No, it's a secret society, loyal to Prince Djaro and his family line, descendants of those who helped Prince Paul.
Got it. And Rudy helps them spot their tails.
He does. An American man and woman acting suspiciously. Rudy suggests they sit at a cafe, let the shadowers get close.
And this is where Jupiter gets clever. Again.
Classic Jupiter move. He uses his camera.
But not for photos.
No, it has a hidden tape recorder inside. Very sensitive.
So he leaves the camera on the table.
Pretends to go to the washroom, even gets Rudy's sister, Elena, who's also a minstrel, disguised as a balloon seller, to keep an eye on things.
Brilliant. And the recording.
It's explosive. They play it back later, very carefully.
And it reveals this conversation between the American couple, Max Grogan, and his wife, Mabel.
Part of a major U.S. crime syndicate.
And they're plotting with Duke Stefan.
Yes. To permanently usurp the throne, it lays the whole plan bare.
So it's not just about Varanian politics anymore.
Not even close. This tape reveals the true scale. It's huge.
What's their endgame? The syndicates.
They want to turn Varania into a criminal paradise. Think gambling, untraceable bank accounts, no extradition treaties.
Wow. A whole country is a safe haven.
Exactly. And Duke Stefan would be their puppet ruler. They even say, we've got the goods on him, implying they have leverage over Stefan too.
This is a massive turning point.
Huge aha moment. Shows the deep corruption, the international angle. It's way beyond just a stolen spider now. Agent Young later confirms Grogan's identity, which adds even more weight.
So Burt Young, the U.S. agent, he confirms their findings.
He does. He calls it exactly what it is. Nothing less than an attempt by crooks to take over the kingdom of Varania.
And he warns them.
Yeah, tells them the castle is definitely not safe anymore. Stefan knows something's up and plans to arrest them as spies.
So their mission is over.
Officially, yes. Young tells Jupiter to bring the tape to the American embassy the next morning. Get out safely.
But before they can even pack.
Another shocking discovery. Bob's checking his things, and hidden among his handkerchiefs,
He finds the real silver spider.
the real one. Someone planted it there, clearly to frame them for the theft.
Which is a capital offense in Varania.
Punishable by death. Suddenly, they're not just witnesses, they're the accused.
And right then, the guards start pounding on their door.
Yep. Open in the name of the regent. They're trapped.
But then, Rudy and Elena appear.
Like clockwork. Through the window, minstrels to the rescue. They urge them to flee immediately. They're about to be arrested for high treason.
This escape sounds terrifying.
Oh, it's harrowing. Climbing along these narrow ledges high above the Denzo River.
In the dark.
In the dark, wind whipping around them. The sheer terror must have been immense. Knowing you're framed for a crime you didn't commit.
It shows their courage, really.
Absolutely. But during this frantic escape, Bob slips. He's on a rope, falls, hits his head.
And this leads to the amnesia.
Partial amnesia, yeah. And crucially, he can't remember what he did with the silver spider after he found it in his handkerchiefs.
Oh no, so the one person who knew where it was.
Forgets. The spider's location is now a complete mystery again, hanging over everything.
Where they hide.
Rudy and Elena know the palace inside out, all its secret passages from their childhood games. They lead them to this dusty old sentry hut on the castle roof.
A temporary safe spot.
And the minstrels were clever. They left false clues downstairs, a dangling rope, Jupiter's handkerchief near a cellar to throw the guards off the scent.
Smart. But it doesn't last long, does it?
No, their respite is incredibly brief. They're found, captured.
And brought before Duke Stefan.
Yes, in this place called the Room of Questioning.
Which is basically a medieval torture chamber.
Exactly. Rack, wheel, Iron Maiden, the whole terrifying setup.
Does he actually torture them?
No, Stefan's smarter than that. Or perhaps, as Rudy boldly points out, he wouldn't dare physically harm American boys. He uses psychological warfare.
Using the room itself to intimidate them.
Precisely. Demanding the spider's location, accusing them of being spies, thieves, trying to break them. Rudy stands up to him, though, quite bravely.
And then Stefan brings in someone else.
Yes, old Anton, an ancient gypsy king, supposedly with strange powers.
And he performs some kind of ritual.
With smoke of truth, yeah. They're forced to inhale it. And Anton's powers, well, they seem pretty real in this context.
What does he reveal?
He confirms Rudy didn't see the spider. He says Jupiter saw it but didn't touch it. And crucially, he confirms Bob had it, but then says a cloud comes over his thoughts. He confirms Bob's amnesia about where the spider went, says he knew, but has forgotten.
So Stefan still doesn't know where it is?
No. And then Anton gives Stefan this cryptic prophecy.
Okay.
He says, as to the silver spider, though silver, it is only a spider.
Huh. Cryptic indeed.
And about Stefan's ambition, Anton says, I hear a bell-ringing victory.
A bell-ringing victory. Stefan must have liked the sound of that.
Oh, he completely misinterprets it. Takes it as confirmation that his victory is assured.
So what does he do?
He immediately orders Prince Djaro's arrest, declares himself regent indefinitely, orders all known minstrels and Rudy's family rounded up for treason.
Things just went from bad to worse.
Much worse. They learn Stefan's prime minister is about to make an official radio announcement at 8 a.m., cementing his power grab. The clock is ticking, literally minutes away.
Okay, so they're locked up again. In a dungeon cell this time.
Yes, underground. But Rudy knows a possible way out.
The storm sewers.
The ancient storm sewers beneath the castle. Another legacy of his childhood explorations with Elena.
How do they get past the guards?
Clever tactics again. Bob fakes being really ill, groaning convincingly. They tear their blankets into strips, make ropes, slip nooses, and manage to overpower the guards when they come in.
With a little help, maybe?
Yes, one guard is secretly a minstrel and subtly helps them, doesn't raise the alarm too quickly.
Their ingenuity under pressure is amazing.
It really is. They use the ropes, navigate these dark, probably disgusting, water-filled sewers.
Following Rudy and Elena's lead.
Exactly. And eventually they meet up with Elena again, and Rudy's cousin Dmitri, another minstrel who managed to escape the earlier arrests.
Okay, they're out of the cell, but Stefan's 8 a.m. announcement is about to happen.
Time is running out. And then Jupiter has this flash of brilliance.
What does he remember?
He remembers Djaro telling them the story of Prince Paul back in 1675. Ah, the hero saved by the spider.
And how Paul used his bell, a specific massive bell, to summon help when he was trapped.
Prince Paul's bell, the one that rings 100 times for a coronation.
Yes, it has this incredibly deep note, can be heard for miles.
And that's Jupiter's insight. Use the bell.
Exactly. While everyone else, even the minstrels, is thinking modern radio, newspapers Jupiter thinks historical, symbolic.
Fantastic. Connecting back to the local history, the traditions they've just learned about.
It's a perfect example of looking beyond the obvious, using that deep dive into Varanian culture.
It really underscores that the best solution isn't always the newest tech. Sometimes it's rooted in shared memory, in symbols.
So they have to get to the bell tower, St. Dominic's.
Yes, and it's a race against time. Guards are pursuing them. They're exhausted, climbing these steep tower stairs.
They face locked gates.
Bolted gates, yeah. But they manage to overcome them, and then they have to figure out how to ring this enormous bell. It's not a simple rope pull.
How does it work?
You have to tilt the whole massive bell itself to make the clapper strike. Requires immense effort.
But they manage it.
They do. Rudy and the boys working together, and this irregular booming sound starts echoing across Denzo.
A sound everyone would recognize.
Instantly. It overrides Stefan's radio broadcast, cuts through everything. And the people, they hear it, and they know what it means. An alarm, a call for Djaro.
Their loyalty is to the prince.
Absolutely. The power of that symbol, that tradition, it just sweeps away Stefan's modern propaganda attempt.
So the crowd responds.
Massively. They surge towards the palace, break down the gates, overwhelm Stefan's guards. It leads directly to Stefan's downfall.
And Djaro's rescue.
Yes. Even Burt Young, the U.S. agent, gets caught up in it, yelling, "Save Prince Djaro! Down with Duke Stefan!" It's the community reclaiming its future, using its past.
Incredible. So Stefan and his cronies, including the Grogans, are arrested.
Yep. The plot is foiled. Djaro is restored. Victory.
But there's still one loose end.
The silver spider. Djaro celebrates, but notes it's still missing. The symbol isn't back yet.
And Jupiter figures it out.
Of course it's Jupiter. He connects the dots again.
What dots this time?
He remembers old Anton's words. The spider, though silver, is only a spider.
Okay.
And he thinks about Bob's amnesia, the fact that Bob knew where he put it in that moment of panic, that brilliant inspiration, as Jupiter calls it, but then forgot.
Right.
And Anton also said he heard a bell-ringing victory, which literally just happened for Djaro. So Anton's words held truth.
So where did Bob hide it?
Jupiter realizes Bob must have hidden the artificial spider where you'd least expect it, right next to a real one.
Back in their room. The web Djaro told Bob not to disturb.
Precisely. Jupiter remembers seeing a big black and gold spider scurry into a crack near the wainscoting where its web was. And his insight is pure logic. Two spiders don't share the same web. So Bob must have tucked the silver spider into that very crack behind the real spider and its web.
Hiding it in plain sight, almost.
Exactly. A place no one would think to look for the crown jewels. Requires that lateral thinking, connecting the real spider, the fake spider, Bob's panic, and Anton's prophecy.
It all comes back to that first encounter in the room. The web Bob almost brushed away.
That seemingly tiny detail becomes the key that unlocks the final piece of the mystery. Incredible writing, really.
So they find it there.
They rush back, check the crack, and there it is, the real silver spider.
And Djaro,
overjoyed, he bestows on the three investigators the Order of the Silver Spider,
the highest decoration in Varania.
Usually reserved only for Varanians, makes them honorary citizens. He also gives them personal gifts, beautiful silver spiders on chains.
A fitting reward. And Pete.
Pete, ever the practical one, immediately asks, "Can we finally get something to eat now?"
Sounds like Pete. So wrapping this up, this deep dive really showed us Jupiter, Pete, and Bob using their unique skills,
courage, observation,
to navigate this incredibly complex mystery. They went from, regular California kids to secret agents.
Accidental secret agents, yeah.
And they thwarted this major international crime syndicate. Saved a kingdom.
Although their exact role, bringing down the whole plot, had to be kept secret for national security reasons, apparently.
Right. But they definitely got to see Djaro's coronation.
What really stands out to me is how those small details kept coming back.
Yeah, the spider web.
The old legend of Prince Paul, Bob's forgotten memory, that centuries-old bell. They weren't just background noise, they were the actual keys.
Mm-hmm.
And it really highlights the power of local culture, tradition, how a community's values, their loyalty, can be this incredibly strong force against hidden threats, stronger than propaganda sometimes.
So, for you, the listener, what's the takeaway here?
Yeah.
I think it's a reminder that knowledge, insight, it comes in all sorts of forms.
Absolutely.
And sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come from connecting things that seem totally unrelated, just like Jupiter did with the spider web and the prophecy.
Or the bell in the history lesson.
Right. Even things that seem insignificant, maybe an old story someone told you, could hold a vital clue.
Which leads to maybe a final thought, a question for you to consider. In your own life, your work, your community, what are the seemingly small details? The old stories, the things maybe easily dismissed that you might be overlooking.
Yeah.
What if connecting those dots could unlock a solution you need or reveal something important about the world around you?
Keep your eyes and ears open, basically.
Exactly, because you honestly never know where that next big aha moment, that next great insight is going to come from.